The other reason, even if I could afford it, I probably wouldn't have gotten it because of the rolling shutter effect. If you look on YouTube and look up Canon rolling shutter or just rolling shutter, you'll see some examples. People move their video side to side, and anything that's on a vertical angle, you really notice it, like windows or doors. And if you move the camera side to side, you get this weird swishy effect. It has to do with how CMOS sensors work, because CMOS camera sensors, take in one frame at a time instantly. So imagine that CMOS sensor capturing 24 or 30 frames a second, which they do for video. Well, because the sensor can't keep up, especially with image stabilization enabled, because that sensor can't quite keep up, you get this weird jello effect. So hopefully they'll have come out with some newer, faster CMOS sensors in a couple of years. Before you ask, yes, this video is actually being recorded on the old Canon A560 that I had at the beginning, that I was teasing you guys with. Hey, I had to have something to record with, and I already sold the Lumix and gave it to my mother, sold it to my mother. So, you know, something to be said for having a small handheld camera. This A560 is 5 years old. It was one of my, it's basically my old camera, but it belongs to my roommate, my aunt now. And it still works great. So let's continue to look at the camera. What do we got? Our little doors here. Canon, since this camera is capable of recording HD video, I'm not going to be able to get the damn door open. There we go. Canon has a mini HDMI port there on bottom, and on top there's our mini USB port. Here we have our DC in and AV out ports. DC in for if you want to run the camera off of a dedicated power source instead of batteries, and AV out is for our video out, standard composite video and audio out. So, and then down here we have our memory card slot. So, I'm not even going to try and get that open. The only thing I don't like, I can already tell, it kind of pisses me off. I cannot believe they're still sticking with this. Well, it's got, there's you know, dual, it's like two sides of a coin. There's some bad and good things about this, but I don't like this weird, flimsy, rubbery attachment, the way the port covers attach. It's just this weird, flimsy hinge. It's not even a hinge, it's just a piece of plastic rubber stuff. But there's a reason they do this, I think, and that's because if you go with these little bitty spring-loaded doors, like I had on my Lumix, they tend to fail. Now, with that being said, Panasonic must be doing something right with their little doors, because I hadn't had any problems with them yet, and the camera still, you know, believe me, I flipped open that, not only the USB door, input door, a data cable door, but also the bottom several times on that Lumix over the last 2 years that I've owned it. So they must be doing something right. So this kind of, it just gives, you know, it's functional. These are functional and they work. These little covers, doors, whatever you want to call them, they're functional and they work, but they give the camera a really tacky appearance and feel when you're using it. But that's really a cosmetic thing more than anything, a cosmetic complaint. I would be happier too if this grip, this side of the camera, were black, just like the rest of the camera is. I'm not sure why they made it silver. I really like having all black camera equipment. For some reason, to me, cameras should be black. They just should. Shallow, yes. So, now that I've taken up 2 whole videos, looking at the camera, and let's look one time at the bottom here. Here's the bottom of the camera. A nice metal, sturdy metal tripod mount, standard threaded tripod mount. There's the door for the batteries, which I'm not going to be able to get open with one hand, I guess. Nope, apparently not, because it doesn't slide over. I'm not going to force it, I'll get it with two hands. So, there we go. Isn't she a beauty? And this is one of the other things that some people have complained about. The lens cap. It has no lanyard or anything like that, so you can't really attach it to the camera. You just kind of got to keep it in your pocket or whatever. And that's kind of sucky, but whatever. So, no video from the camera yet. I have got to dig out my AA rechargeables, which I still happen to have. I actually have several sets of them because I buy AA rechargeables like crazy, especially the pre-charged ones, the ones that don't drain when sitting for a long time. So Inteloops, I have plenty of those, and I have some new Railback pre-charged batteries. And they should work great with this camera. But I gotta charge some batteries. So see you guys later.